morning, Sugarcube.
Good morning. We both haven't had caffeine. We're tired.
Okay.
In the morning.
But to be fair, in my defense at least, well, I'm always tired. We're both always tired, and that's like a given. But two, it's our last week of the semester. Like, I finished. I don't know if you finished or if you have a couple things, but
I have to finish a reflection, and then I have an open note exam.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to do the reflection today and then the open note exam Friday before I leave because I'm like, I'll have time and I'll be bored.
So, we're in the last week. You're still finishing stuff up. We came back from Thanksgiving mentally done with the semester. Yes. And I slept in because all I have to do is go to a meeting at 2. So, like, I got up maybe 15 minutes ago, you guys. Like, you can probably hear it in my voice.
Yeah.
That I just got up.
Last night, I wanted to go to bed around like 11:15, but then we started another episode of our show, which if it was 40 minutes, that would be fine because 40 minutes and it'd be midnight and that's reasonable for me to get up at 6 something. But when you watch on Hulu, you have ads.
Oh, I don't, but...
We have the ads, so then it extends the show to about an hour.
Me and my brother, like, we don't like ads, so, like, my grandma upgraded. There was only, like, a short period it wasn't, like, the ad-free. But once we made it known we do use it, she made sure to return it to ad-free. But me and Mel stayed up late too. Like, normally we'll go to bed around like midnight, 12:30, like 1 at the latest, like, 12 to 12:30 typically, 1 at the latest. But we watched the episodes of Miraculous that Mel hadn't seen yet. And something that happened made us have a bunch of theories. So we had to go back and watch old episodes to see how they affect said theory. And so we were up until like 2 or 2:30. And just watching YouTube videos and like connecting those with old episodes. I was like, this is about to become my life. Everyone's about to hate who I become. Like, it's a whole thing. And I'm very anxious about it. Because I just want to know. But we don't have all the answers.
No, that's fair. I get that. I'm
so
sad.
We both were up a little late.
Yeah, we were. And today, Cross and I were on the last episode of our show, and I'm like, now we're going to have to find another one.
Yeah. No, literally me and Mel. Like,
it's annoying. To be fair, though, today we'll have Hawkeye and we'll be able to finish our show, so we probably won't start anything new until tomorrow.
See, I'm happy because probably, like, over winter break, Jalen and I will watch Hawkeye, and that'll be, like, nice to not have to think about it.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
I'm hoping that it doesn't, like, really tie into Spider-Man too much because we'll be seeing that. I don't feel like it will because the whole series. I doubt it, but, like, you never know kind of thing. And if it does, we'll see how it does later,
Yeah. If anything, I feel like maybe an end credit.
Yeah. Yeah, that too, which is fine because you can realize that later.
Yeah.
Can we open our caffeine?
Yeah. And pretty much, like, speaking of shows ending, we should just dive into the show.
Okay.
Episode.
Caffeine break and then Michelle and the men.
Oh, beauty.
Oh my God. Thank God.
I feel like genuinely, when I get that first sip, I can just feel my face, like, come to life.
I honestly, 1, I can already hear my voice sound better. And 2, my eyes just, like, grew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm hungover.
Yeah.
Literally.
Which, for legal reasons, we would not know how that feels.
No, it's just how I imagine
but like how I
feel.
imagine it would feel based on television and movies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
let's get into fantasy suites. And I wrote down that we are calling this Nayte, Nemo, and Smooth Spongebob.
Yeah, because last night the episode started and I was thinking about the top 3. And so, like, we've never called Nayte anything, but we've joked about Brandon looking like Nemo and Joe looking like Smooth Spongebob, and I jokingly said we should name the episode that, and she's like, I'm writing that down. Like, yeah, that's really funny.
And what I picked up on during the episode is we had a water, fire, and air sign, which I think is funny because you, me, and Lauren are water, fire, and air. Yeah. And then specifically, the final two are a Leo and a Cancer, like you and Lauren.
Yeah, and they're the ones that kind of got beef.
Yeah, it's so funny to me.
Yeah, I'm really proud of myself because I even got, like, the top 2 right. Like, I know I have the top 3, but I even said, like, Joe was gonna go home. So, like, I'm like...
Yeah.
Damn. And, like, it was such a lucky guess, too.
Do you feel very strongly about not who you want to win, but about who you really think is going to win?
No, I feel really strongly that I want Brandon to win. I don't feel like he will, though.
Yeah. Oh, you don't?
Okay.
I feel 50-50, to be honest.
Yeah, like, no. With Michelle, like, we were talking about this. It's the first time in a while where we genuinely don't know what she's going to do. We didn't know what she was going to do last night. Like,
because we were even scared that she was going to send...
Brandon.
Brendan. We were scared she was going to send Brandon home. That's how unpredictable.
I didn't think she would. Like, I thought it would be Joe, but then just some of the people in the room thinking it could be Brandon made me anxious because I didn't see how it could be.
And the fact that Nayte was called first, which I knew.
Well, she said she was in love with him.
She said, I am definitely in love with you.
But in the previews for next week, she says she's in love with both of them in the ITM. So I'm assuming she also tells Brandon
But she also said she was in love with 3 men at one point.
I think she might have said falling in love, though.
Okay, fair.
I think Michelle makes it a point to distinguish that. And I could be wrong. Like, she could have slipped up and said it the other way. But in my head, she wasn't in love with Joe. She was just falling in love with him. And she's in love with Nayte and Brandon.
Yeah.
Which I love how, like, you kind of pointed this out last night. Like, or maybe Lauren did. I don't remember. But, like, how I don't really care that she's in love with 2 men. But, like, when I see Clayton's previews, I'm like, ugh, men.
I know. I think it's so funny because on one of the seasons of The Bachelor, Ben Higgins, it was so shocking that he was telling 2 women he was in love with them. And I'm like, with Michelle, I don't even roll an eye. I'm just like, yeah, makes sense.
Because I see it.
Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My thing is, like, this is such a short process. And, like, you don't even get to spend that much time together if you really think about it.
That's, okay.
So
that's
it'd be hard for me.
Opinions about Nayte.
Okay.
Do you want me to wait? Or should I just...
You can just go in. I don't really care. Okay. Let's just talk.
Yeah. But with Nayte, that's kind of why I'm a little frustrated that people would, like, criticize him for not being, like, completely sure of, like, everything right now.
No, and I agree, but...
And also, when I say people, I don't mean, like, you guys specifically, I mean...
Yeah, no, I just know you were getting a little irritated by us last night, but also, like, I could kind of tell what you were kind of thinking, and I see it both ways. And you know how I am the next morning. I don't always feel the same.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't even know what we were talking about. That's how, like, little it was.
Well, there was one specific person we viewed the show with that felt very strongly about Nayte and kept saying things. And I was just like...
See, I still like Nayte. It's just, like, I know that Michelle is ready for an engagement.
Yeah.
And that is what she wants at the end of this, which... Personally, I don't really like that mindset, because if I were to go on the show, and, like, obviously this is, like, I'm not her, you know, kind of thing, and I get she wants to be engaged, especially at that point in her life, but I would just be, like, happy if I left the show with someone, like, not even engaged, you know, like, if I actually found someone, I'd be happy with that.
Here's why I'm worried. So I feel like Brandon fits that mold that you just described. Like, her wanting an engagement and being ready. But I think I'm so protective. Like, I'm just so scared that she's not completely gonna give him the same.
That she gives Nayte? or
just
or like
general,
the same that he gives her.
That he gives her.
I agree. I feel
worried.
I feel like because this is a common thing that happens like in real like at real everyday like not TV show relationships. Someone sees that their partner is giving a lot and they feel like because they know that they have a secure place in that person's life, they don't show them the same and make that person feel secure, which I think is why Brandon, like, also there was 2 other men and he knew one person was leaving and he knew nothing of the relationship, so that's part 2. But Michelle hasn't given him that much. Mm-mm. Like, she definitely communicates how she feels. She's very, like, communicative in that way. But, like, not in the way Brandon is with her, that he would have, like, 100% felt safe going into the rose ceremony.
Yeah.
Which you never would.
No.
But still, you know, like...
I just worry about him because I'm like, he's so in.
Yeah.
And it's not even that, like, on the other hand with Nate, it's not even that I'm, like, I'm not obsessed with either of the final 2. Like, I'm just, like, kind of neutral. So it's not even that I'm, like, a big Nate stan. It's just, I can see, I have worries either way.
Yeah, I do,
I feel
like
too. A mom.
No, I have worries either way. But going back to what you were saying, how, like, everyone's kind of, like, shitting on Nate. I don't know if that's a universal thing or something just happened at our watch party.
Yeah, I didn't look on Twitter that
No,
much.
I didn't touch Twitter last night. I'm kind of happy I didn't. It probably would have irritated me, and I just, like, wanted to have a very clear head this morning. I feel like it could also be, like, the producers are trying to do that to us. They're trying to pit them against each other, so it makes it easier to, like, pick a team, you know?
Right. That's why I was also going to mention with that, when Nate and Brandon were talking, I honestly, like, although it seemed kind of tense, I feel like it was just the music and the way they edited.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, I don't think that the conversation was, like... malicious or anything, because based on the way that Brandon and Nate were acting, it just... I didn't get that vibe. For me, it was more like the editing was making it seem that way.
I still feel like it was kind of like a little bit of intense, but it was like also lighthearted somehow. Like, I don't know. Guys can do that.
And I think with their personalities too, and the way they've interacted before, it could even be like kind of like a friend thing or like a brother thing, you know? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also... it's a Leo and a Cancer, and I know how Leos feel about Cancers. And I don't know.
That's facts.
And I just kind of see some of those things that, like, when friendships start going wrong for me, like, between me and a Cancer, I kind of see that, like, Nate's kind of starting to do some of those really small things. Like, not enough for me to not like him. Just enough to, like, me to notice after how many friends I've had that have been Cancers, and I'm just, like, done with it. Love you, Lauren.
Yeah, I think it's so funny. She hates him so much, and I'm like...
Yeah, she can't even get mad at me. I was like, you literally see the other Cancers in the world. You can't even be mad at me, like, when I say it.
Yeah.
And like... I hate when people are like, you don't be friends with people because they're sign. Like, no, I have too many Cancer friends. Like, I probably have the most Cancer friends, and I don't, like, I would not have picked that for myself. So, no one can say shit. It's just an observation.
Cancer in my chart.
You like
anywhere.
How do I have 2 placements? Like, so be it. It's
your Venus and your
Jupiter.
Okay.
I mean, everything's important, but Venus is definitely more important.
I'm a Gemini, Jupiter.
Oh, I'm a Gemini, Saturn. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Brandon and Nate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, and then, like, Brandon's date, there wasn't, like, anything about these dates that was, like, super pivotal, minus Brandon, minus, like, all the moments where the guys would share, like, if they were in love with her or if she would share it back. Specifically Brandon, though, one of the things he said was rip out my heart, throw it on the table. I'm all in. And okay, don't get me wrong, I get it, but I was like, bro, I'm so scared for you.
No, he's gonna be crushed if it doesn't work out.
As a Pisces Venus, I get it. I don't know if he is one, but like, I can understand how he throws himself all out there. But I'm like, I think that's why I'm scared, because I get it.
Yeah, I have conflicting feelings because I want Michelle to pick Brandon. But if someone was the way Brandon was to me, it would give me so much ick. And maybe that's just me being toxic.
No, I don't think it is, because for me,
it's just a lot.
He laid it on thick.
Yeah.
Because don't get me wrong, like, I think a lot of the stuff that he was saying, I could see myself thinking that. I just don't think I would exactly say that to the person, because that can be a little overwhelming.
Yeah.
Especially in this environment.
I honestly thought when he pulled her during the rose ceremony, it was going to be something super intense, and I was pleasantly surprised, for what it actually was. I was like, aw.
Yeah. And then also on his date, he brought up how he was like, I'm in love with you. I knew it from day one, but it randomly hit during the ice cream date. I was like, this reminds me of when Blake was talking about the moment he realized he loved Katie. But
say that.
The moment with Blake felt more special to me. Because it seemed... Don't get me wrong. I think Brandon is very genuine in everything he says. But this is the one time where I was like, this just seems a little, like... Not even phony, but just a little kind of romanticized.
Do you mean, like, the day one or the ice cream part? Like that he said?
Both.
Okay, because I feel phony or, like, weird about the day one part, but I actually thought the ice cream half was, like, very genuine, because it was, when they did that, it was a hometown in her hometown.
Mm-hmm.
Or not a hometown, but it was, like, a one-on-one in her hometown.
Yeah.
And, like, I just think you can really understand your feelings when you're doing something so simple.
No,
someone.
I agree. I just don't think that was, like, completely the moment. I think he was just kind of, like, picking out something.
And I would be a little worried if it wasn't earlier than that, to be honest, because he, like, kind of asked her parents for their blessing that day, like, if it did come down to him.
Yeah. I guess I would be more behind what he said if he threw out the day one part and was like, I've known I loved you since our one-on-one, like something with that. I don't know.
Yeah, or if, like, I realized it more and more each time I saw you, and, like, our relationship grew, and our connection became stronger. I don't know, something.
Maybe, and don't get me wrong, like, when I was younger, not that I'm old, but when I was younger, I definitely would have melted at someone saying that. But I think now with my different perception of love and relationships, I'm like, that's something that doesn't get me.
Yeah. It, like, makes you want to feel something, but, like, it just sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
Sorry, literally every time we're recording, my boyfriend texts me. I miss him.
Aw, no, I feel that.
No, it's just like I didn't get to see him that much yesterday. And after, you know that, and we should have talked about this in an episode. Sorry, quick sidetrack, you guys. You know we rant about our boyfriends. But after being long distance, like on school breaks, now that we do live in the same town, it's like I take advantage of the moments, like I get to see him. Mm-hmm. So I don't care if people are like, y'all spend too much time together. Like, you know what? We had to go, like, over COVID, like, you never knew when we were gonna get to see each other again.
Yeah,
so
I know.
It was a lot.
I think, too, like, because Cross and I were long distance-ish.
Yeah.
5 hours over the summer. And then going from that to living down the street from each other and seeing each other every day. I can totally get that because a lot of times I don't appreciate the time enough.
Yeah, I agree.
And then, like, yesterday, literally all day, I was just like, anytime I was with him, it just felt so special. And it's like, we were doing, like, the most dumb shit.
Yeah, I get that. And me and Jalen are only like 3.5 hours, which, like, wouldn't be that bad if we both drove. But, like, I don't have my license yet. So, rip me, you guys.
Yeah.
But
and depending on what you're doing, it's still a long drive in general.
And then even if we were to say meet in the middle, then we have to find somewhere fun to meet in the middle. And it's kind of just, like, a bunch of nothing.
Yeah, and it's, like, for me, I have more, not that I enjoy the time more, but I think just me being me, I like when we can just chill and, like, cuddle, watch something, be cozy. It's been nice recently because one of his roommates went home a couple of weeks ago for winter, and then the other one left Sunday, so we've just had his house.
Oh, that's nice.
Alone. And it's been really nice just, like, hanging out. That's why we've been over there so much. Like, we even stayed there last night.
I stay at Jalen's a lot. I wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Next semester, I'll probably notice more, but...
Yeah. Usually after Bachelor...
Yeah, typically you would stay here.
But I was like, we should go to your
I kept
house.
forgetting that you weren't here because I knew you went to his house because you told us. Mm-hmm. And you said bug out. And I was like, okay, so she left. But, like, I didn't remember.
No, that's fair.
Also, back to Bachelor. They're in Mexico.
Yeah, they're in Mexico.
So, you know what that means. Almost paradise!
Could you see the confusion at first in my eyes?
And then I saw it click and I was like, okay, it's good. And then we said it at the same time, which is what I wanted.
Love it.
We miss paradise.
We miss it so... I took that for granted.
We took it for granted. We complained about all the episodes.
Okay, one thing I will say, I was thinking about this when we were talking about Brandon. If he doesn't end up with Michelle, I want to see him on Paradise, and I am very interested to see who he would get with.
Yeah. Oh my god, he would definitely be in a love triangle. Just his luck, you know?
Oh, yeah.
He'd have to be.
He would be the one... Okay, it would be a girl, and then there would be some guy that's not as good as Brandon, who's kind of shady, and she would be, like, intrigued by that guy because he's toxic, but then ultimately Brandon gets the girl.
Well, Brandon's the type of guy that if he went on the beach and had any feelings for, like, one person, like, stronger than another, he would pursue that person and only that person.
Oh, yeah. He reminds me of one of the contestants on Hannah Brown's season, which was Dylan Barber. I think that's how you say his last name. But he ended up with a girl from Colton's season, and it was kind of that same thing where he was like, got my eyes on her, this is it.
But literally the trope where the guy falls first, oh my god. Mm-hmm. It gives me the ick, but also I love it.
Also, I don't know if this is because I've seen her lately or just because I really like her, but I'm like, Brandon and Bree.
Oh, see, I don't remember that much about Bree. Where have you been seeing her?
She was on the episode.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know if like you had seen her in something else.
It's like me being like, oh, the other day, when in reality it was last year.
Oh, no, okay. It's one of those things. I felt that. I was like, I know, I remembered her and Serena came on. I just didn't know if you, like, followed her or she was on someone's TikTok. Because I just get the San Fran group, like, TikToks.
I think she has a boyfriend, actually. But I love her. She's pretty quiet on social media, though. And I agree. I only get the San Fran crew.
That's because they post literally, I'll get, like, 10 of Anna's TikToks, which I followed her, so be it. I'll get, like, 10 of them in 10 minutes.
Actually,
because they post so often.
On Chatty Broads, they were talking about that group because Jess went to a party.
Yeah.
And they were there. Oh, and then she was like, Anna's one of those people, like, where you meet her and she's just the nicest person ever.
No, I love Anna. She was really
impressed with her. Yeah, me too.
I want to be friends with Anna, but she needs to stop being friends with Katie if that's ever going to happen. Because I don't think I could do it. See, I always try to give Capricorns benefit of the doubt, and I always end up back here.
I love Capricorn.
I know you do, but you have to admit.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, though, I think Katie's a Virgo moon.
I think she might be Virgo moon and rising, to be honest.
Libra rising.
That's questionable.
Yeah, I wonder what her Venus is.
Something nasty. Aries.
Yeah.
Wait. No, that's not possible because it's more than 2 signs away from Cancer.
Wait, what's her... Okay, Capricorn, so she could be...
Aquarius, Pisces, or Sag, or she could be Libra.
I'm just gonna look now because I'm curious.
Yeah. I don't know if it'll have it online. It'll just be if, she told someone her, birth time.
Well, yeah. Well, they have her birth time because we know her rising.
Oh, so it's okay.
Let's see. Katie.
Paradise.
We're knocking on heaven's door. She has a Capricorn Venus.
Oh, that's what Jalen has. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no.
And then Blake had a Cancer Venus.
No, he did not. No, okay. So, me and Jalen, I have a Cancer Venus, and he has a Capricorn Venus, which are polarities. So, they're opposite, directly opposite of each other on, the, whatever it's called, the wheel, the circle, the time frame, whatever. And then Lacey and Cross, Lacey is a Pisces Venus, and Cross is a Virgo Venus, which are the same thing. They're polarities, opposites. So the fact that, and not only that, but Blake was a Leo with a Cancer.
With an Earth rising, too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. You know what's fun? Okay.
The fact that we're not talking about the guys. Okay.
We will.
But we will, I promise.
Okay. If you and Jalen were any Bachelor Nation couple, who do you guys, your relation, or I'll put it this way. What Bachelor Nation couple reminds you of me and Cross? And then I'll do you and Jalen.
You guys, Joe and Serena, obviously.
Joe and Serena?
I don't know, just you guys are very physically affectionate, and it's very much known that how you guys feel about each other, and you're a little bit more serious, like Serena comes off, and he's more chill and goofy, like Joe does, and then it's you wouldn't necessarily expect it per se, but it makes so much sense when you see it together.
Yeah, and also with them two, I feel like they have a playful love. I'm yeah.
And now I'm trying to think of other ones.
I would say you and Jalen give me more...
I don't know.
You kind of give me Becca and Thomas vibes, but then also I was Mari and Kenny.
Okay, it depends on the situation, but yes.
It depends on the day, the mood.
The vibes.
The vibes.
No, I definitely get that. When you mix the two, think about how chaotic that is, and that's a perfect representation.
Well, and Kenny, I get the Jalen energy,
Yeah. Oh no, literally if I did what Mari did and was I just want to make sure we keep our options open. I'd probably, if he said that to me, I'd probably be the one to back off, but if I said that to Jalen, he would just think I wasn't interested, and he would pursue other things. He wouldn't immediately pursue other things, but if we were in that setting where we hadn't already had a deep connection and it was very brief,
yeah,
he would do that.
Would you
1,000% to make me jealous?
Would you throw his cake in the fire?
If it was my idea and then the producers gave her no, absolutely. Absolutely.
Honestly, just here's the thing, like, put us on Paradise, not even to find a different guy, but just, like, put us on there with Armin.
Oh my god. Have you heard of the show Temptation Island?
Yes.
Because I want to watch it.
I want to watch it too.
We should watch it at some point. I've heard it's really good.
I did too, and I'm like, it's a trashy beach.
Well, you know the premise of it, right?
Isn't it where they
put a couple on an island but separate them?
Yeah.
And like surround them with singles of like their preferred, you know?
Yeah.
And they don't contact each other, but they do see one out of context video of their significant other once a week, and it's always stuff that hits on their insecurities. So like if you're insecure, this is how a TikTok explained it. I don't know the TikTok account, but crediting them. They said like if you say I'm worried that he doesn't love me anymore, they'll show you a clip of him telling someone that he doesn't love you anymore. And oh my god,
that's brutal.
I could not with Jalen. Me and Jalen can, like, obviously we wouldn't do that. We would just break up before we would try something like that. But, like, oh my god, that's so messy, and I'm so here for it.
Yeah, that's so messy. Oh my god, Cross and I? That would be terrible.
No, I would just be crying.
Yeah.
And so would he. Like, no one would be happy. I don't understand.
Like, Cross doesn't even cry that much, but I'm like, you put us in that situation, it would be a mess.
And it's, like, different than The Bachelor because it's like, wow, your significant other that you've been in a monogamous relationship with is seeing other people. And you can't even talk to them to see where their head's at. And how do you, like, if they don't end up breaking up, how do you go back to your relationship after that?
How is this ethical?
Oh, this is not ethical, but you know what? They signed up to do it, so that's on them.
Oh, yeah, and I get entertainment out of it.
No, so I need to watch that show. It sounds so good.
Yeah.
So good.
It sounds better than this entire season.
Yeah. I'm very not excited for Clayton's season.
Speaking of, we saw another, like, commercial and promo, and he got his first rose rejected. And then he's taking back roses. And then he's intimate with however many women, which, like, go off, buddy, but, like, we're starting to get annoyed.
Well, no, it's just, like, I know he's not a Sagittarius, but, like, he needs to stop acting like one. For real. You just can't. You got
playing innocent.
Yeah.
We know you're not. He's a Taurus.
I know. Which is, I love Tauruses.
I need to see his chart.
Bro. This is how I like to explain it. I feel like I might have told you this before, but I'm a Leo, and I like other fire signs, not Leos, but I like other fire signs, and then other signs that seem like fire but aren't. So like Scorpio is the most fiery water sign. Taurus is the most fiery earth sign. I like Tauruses. And then Gemini. I like air signs for the most part, but like I've dated a Gemini, so like Gemini is to me, Gemini or a Libra, but I typically see Libras as friends. Are the most fiery like air sign.
Yeah.
Aquarius is definitely the most, like, chill.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so...
If I was any other sign, what could you see me being?
Oh my god. You're really, like, such an Aquarius. I feel like you could be... Okay, Sorry, I'm distracted. Anyway, I feel like I could see you being like, I feel like you'd have like an emotional sign, but like a really like kind of dead like moon, like kind of flip what you have. And it would make sense.
An Aries with an Aquarius moon?
Yeah, like, that doesn't really fit, but something like that. Like, I was thinking more so, like, maybe, like, Pisces.
A Pisces.
With, like, an air moon or like an earth moon.
I feel like I could definitely be a Pisces with an earth moon.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Maybe like Taurus though.
Taurus? Okay. I was like, Taurus or Virgo?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not Capricorn.
No, I don't have the work ethic.
You really don't. And I love you, but I have a Capricorn rising, and literally I never stop. It's finals week. I was like, why have my professors not posted my syllabus for next semester? Like, I'm so irritated about it.
Then you have me, and I'm like, I got time to take my final. Yeah. I have no earth in me.
My God.
Not even my Venus.
No, and what's crazy to me is like my rising is my only earth. It's the only one. Wow. And it's working on overload, like.
See, I'm air and water dominant. And I feel like...
Are you? I thought you were air fire dominant.
Fire's my third. I have very little earth. Wow. But my air and my water are pretty close. But I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart, which is why it rules. It doesn't rule my chart, but it's just like, that's why I'm very Aquarian-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not talking about these men at all.
I'm so sorry. I'll put like a random rants in front of the name. Like random rants, like plus sign, and then like the guys. And put it in the description so people know it's like random, but they're just like, I don't know.
We're giving bro vibes, if you get what I mean.
We are giving like chatty bro vibes, and I love them. It's okay. I kind of like this energy.
You want to know the most triggering moment of this entire episode?
What?
That I think we all were mutually disgusted by.
Okay.
The food fight on the white sheets.
That was so disgusting.
It was terrible. Michelle, I am so disappointed in you. Brandon, I am disappointed.
Yeah. Okay, also, do you feel like, because I felt like this, I felt like they didn't show us that much this year on Fantasy Suites this season. Like, I feel like we barely saw anything, and I think that's why I don't have much to say. They didn't give us much to work with. Like, the day portions weren't, like, super anything, and then the night portions were just the guys saying how they feel. Like, they didn't have any, like, deep conversations that, like, swayed me one way or the other about anybody.
Yeah. I will say, I remember with Tayshia's season, Fantasy Suites was one of those episodes that I was on my phone a lot because I was bored and Brandon went home.
Brandon! Oh
my God.
You keep mixing up their names.
At least I'm not calling Brandon Courtney anymore.
Thank God.
Anyways, though, so there was that season. Except I remember Tayshia and Ivan had a really good conversation that night.
Did they?
They did. And then Matt's season, I don't remember anything besides him and Bree waking up, and I know they had a good time. And then the 2 seasons before that, Peter and Hannah, those episodes of Fantasy Suites were very driven by the conversation of sex. So there was that. But I feel like this is one of those seasons where there's not a lot of conversation about sex. There's not really deep conversation. There's not really anything pivotal.
Yeah, so I just don't feel as bad for, like, randomly ranting. And also, for Matt's season, the only thing I remember is, like, kind of feeling, like, weird about his Michelle's room. It was, like, what kind of, like, cottage, like...
Aww.
It was cute, don't get me wrong, but I was like, this is random.
And I do, now that you mentioned Michelle, because I forgot she was on his season...
Because they don't make sense together at all.
No. I remember the morning after when she was leaving and he blew a kiss and then she caught it. Or vice versa. Either way, there was a kiss blown. And the
same thing happened with Joe and now he's gone. I feel like they had good sex, though. Yeah. Like, they looked...
I honestly feel like he was probably the best out of the 3.
I think so, too.
He was the surprise.
Yeah.
Not that I think the other two were bad.
I think they were all good.
Yeah.
See, when she woke up next to Nate, obviously we see her say, like, she's in love with him, which I wasn't expecting. I really thought they had bad sex because she looked like, she looked out of it. She looked like kind of like she had gotten the ick. Like, she was not trying to give anything into the relationship anymore. She had a weird flip.
She kind of had the face she had when Martin would talk.
Yeah, she did. Or, like, you know, like when that person you don't really like, but it's still, like, relevant to, like, your friends, like, walks into the party or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
It gives me the face you get.
Oh my god.
When someone will say something and you're like,
Like, just know I have something to say and I'm not saying it. Like, face. Like, when I just don't feel like it's worth it to even fix what, or try to correct them.
Yeah, she had a weird face, though.
She did, and then she's like, I'm in love with you. And I was like, what?
Yeah, she was
Excuse me?
She had that face, and then she looks over at him, and she's like, well, I'm definitely in love with you. And she just starts kissing him, and I'm like, then again, like, I kind of feel her, because I feel like that's probably me with Cross a lot. Just a stank face, and then suddenly I'm like, I love you.
Oh, I literally do full flips. And Jaylen's like, I don't understand you.
No, last night when we were watching our show, so we would watch the show and then there would be a commercial and I would like flip over and like cuddle him and whatever. And it was like on one of the commercial breaks and he goes, and she's back again.
See, like, so Jaylen's been really into playing his game now that he's had a little bit more time with the semester wrapping up. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'm like super cute and I'll like cuddle him and like be fine with it. And other times I'm like, you need to get off your game.
No, the other day, Cross, it reminded me of Jaylen because he was like, just because he was playing video games, that's why. But he was like, Lacey, can I play video games? I was like, sure. And so he started playing them, and I was just on my phone, but I could tell he wanted me to just, like, give him attention because he kept saying things about the game, and then I would be like, oh, good job. Like, cheering him on, and I'm like, these boys.
Yeah.
We can literally go on and on about them.
No, literally, we could. There's always something new. We keep it interesting.
Yeah. I think it's funny when Cross showed up last night and he was like, ew, I hate Joe. And then he was like, oh, wait, I thought that was Nate. Never mind.
Or yeah, he was like, I hate him, thinking it was Nate. But we're like, that's Joe. Why don't you like him? He's like, oh, I thought that was Nate. I hate Nate. Yeah. It was so funny. And Cross has stuck by not liking Nate this whole season. And I was just like, it's probably just because Lacey said he's hot. Like, a bunch of times.
Well, and I'm like, he definitely doesn't listen to the Bachelor recaps. So I'm like, he doesn't hear me go on and on.
It's so funny because I feel like how Cross reacts to you was how Jaylen reacted when Courtney from Katie's season liked my Instagram post. And he was like, he was so upset when I called him because I was going on vacation. So I haven't talked about this story. No. Okay, so over the summer, I was on vacation and I was driving back and I got I had recently followed Courtney from Katie's season. And then I saw that I was at a random gas station with no connection, like barely any. And I saw that he liked my Instagram and I like freaked out because I was like, oh my God, you know, how women do. Mm-hmm. And I called him to tell him. He's like, bro, if he messaged you, you would leave. I was like, no, I would not. And I have the ick from Courtney. Like, I don't think he's attractive anymore now that I've gotten attention from him.
Literally, I would freak out if any guy from The Bachelor liked my photo.
I didn't even particularly like Courtney. Like, he was attractive, don't get me wrong.
Who do you think is the most attractive guy in Bachelor history? Do personality and looks.
It might be the same person. Blake H.
I was gonna say him for personality.
He's so attractive too, though. Looks wise, I'm picking a guy.
You can do both.
Yes, because my little gay heart. Okay, so let's finish up with guys. So personality, Blake H. I've barely even seen him.
And he's hot in general.
Yeah, he just is. Like, he is ideal for me. Oh, but Joe. Like, any of them.
Joe.
Besides Dr. Joe. Any of the Joes are great besides Dr. Joe.
I'm surprised you didn't say John.
Oh my god, John. But he's with Katie, and that gives me a red flag.
Yeah. No, I agree.
No, I love John. John's very much like my type. I'm so sorry, you guys, if that just hurt your ear. I reached up and just whacked my mic.
The phone. Not the phone, the mic.
Why was I gonna say phone though?
Oh
because I was looking at my phone. Not at my phone, but my phone was sitting down on the table and I was looking at it. What was I talking about? Okay, so who's attractive, like physically? Oh my god, I think Thomas. Thomas is a really attractive man.
Yeah, you're right. See, unfortunately for me, I still think Brendan is probably...
Brendan? No, like, it just looks, yeah, Brendan.
And for me, it's really those eyes. Like,
you can see my type jumping around if you...
I have a big thing for guys with blue eyes and brown hair. Like,
yeah. So, what woman do you think in the franchise that has the best personality? And then, like, if you were into women, who do you think is the most attractive?
Okay. Best personality, I really vibe with Caitlin.
Yeah.
Really? Ooh.
I think...
Not me being like, there's just so many.
They're all so pretty, but I'm inclined to say Marissa is, like, one of the most attractive women I've ever seen. She's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
But also, you know how I feel about Caitlyn. Caitlyn's gorgeous. Tasha's gorgeous. Like...
I love
No,
Tasha.
literally everyone in this franchise, like, all the women are gorgeous. This is how you know I'm bisexual. Any women.
For
gorgeous.
real, though. I would say... Ooh. Oh my god, this is so hard. Because now there's a ton of them popping into my head. Another girl personality I love is Hannah Ann, who's on Peter's season.
I know Hannah Ann.
I really like her personality. She's... Yeah. And then also, I really like Kit.
Kit's personality is like...
She's just so chill and like
so above par. It's so above par.
Yeah. But for physical, I would say probably Mari.
I think, yeah, I was Mari and Marissa for me. And I think also on Paradise, we get to see their personalities more, so.
I have such a soft spot for Mari. I love her.
She's attractive.
She's beautiful.
Oh, I really like Kenny's personality, though. I think I still prefer Blake H's, but I do really like Kenny's personality. But just because I know, so from what Blake has said about Kenny, because he knows Kenny because he's DJed at Kenny's clubs before, like, Kenny doesn't say. He, like, pays him and he leaves. And I'm like, that's the kind of man I want. Like, get your shit done and then come home to me.
Literally. Like, you do it, and then, come on,
like,
let's go.
But then we can party sometimes, and you'll have cool events for me to go to. I love that.
Yeah, and I am definitely, like, the girlfriend where I'm like, go, have a great time, and then he's gone, and I'm like, I miss him.
See, I feel like if Jalen had that type of job, he would never go to work without me. I would just, like, you know I'm right, too. He would not want to go to work without me.
Yeah, you guys give me that energy where he would be like, you could get dressed up and come.
No, he would.
And do your makeup how you do.
Yeah, that's, like, he baits me into doing stuff and I fall for it. No, but, like, we were like, we could open a coffee shop together.
And I could see you guys doing that.
No, and it'd be so cute. It's so cute. And we have a little recording studio.
Aww. These are all things that I'm like, yeah.
It just makes sense.
you guys have that working, like...
We want to be like an indie power couple.
Yeah, you give that vibe.
And we don't really want to have kids, like, and we want to, like, be very secure. And he's really into real estate, so, like, I'm kind of hoping for that income.
Fair.
Like, I'll make sure he, like, does it ethically and, like, isn't making the, like, rent outrageous.
Yeah.
Because as long as it covers the mortgage, it's not that big of a deal to me. A mortgage is typically less than what we, get paid rent. Mm-hmm. And then once it's paid off, we'll make money off of it.
Yeah.
But... So, I'll keep him ethical. Like, he's ethical, you know. He's not a bad person. He would never... He knows how crazy it is being a college student. He pays over $500 a month. He's making big money now, though, so it don't really matter. But...
I know. Literally, though, after the financial struggles around Christmas, I'm like, I don't understand how anyone pays above a certain amount.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Dead.
Yeah, me and Jalen were talking, and I already got him something small, but the other stuff I'm going to get him for Christmas, I'm waiting until we get our semester refunds. And he's going to do that, once he gets paid, and then we're going to do Christmas together after, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no clue when Cross and I are doing Christmas, because we're going to be together until Thursday next week. But I think we're still just going to wait until we see each other after. But I'm like, there's a chance I won't see him until, like, the second week of January.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try to think of more to say about the episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys.
There's just, like, not much to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know this is, like, the week before the finale, but I just feel like...
What are they going to put in 3 hours? Oh, I meant to ask you this. Do they meet... Like, I know Brandon's met her parents just because, you know, but they're one-on-one. But do they meet her parents?
Mm-hmm. The final 2 always meet the parents.
Okay, so I think she's going to end up with Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think Michelle's parents won't love Nayte as much as Michelle does, and it'll open her eyes.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about this, like, her parents kind of give off a little bit of conservative vibes. Like, nothing's necessarily wrong with that. They just do.
Mm-hmm. And they seem more traditional.
Yeah, and I think Brandon's like that.
Mm-hmm.
In the way that they are.
Well, and it's like, they know the show. So it's like, if they have one guy who's going to be like, yeah, I'm ready for marriage with your daughter. I love her, blah, blah, blah. Of course they're going to be like, okay.
Well, also, if you're a parent and you had these 2 options and your baby girl, no, I'm going to encourage her to pick the one that seems very sure about her and their relationship and a future with her, and not someone who's just now getting there.
I am definitely, if my child wanted to be on The Bachelor or was The Bachelorette, I would be so bad, because I would be like,
Aunt Lindsay?
I would be like, are you sure? And you know I can't control my faces.
Oh my god, we would be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, it would be so funny though.
I like to think that I would be a very supportive mother, but I'm like, if my child does some dumbass shit,
yeah.
Here's the thing,
Genuine.
though.
Oh, you go.
I just still feel like Michelle is too good for this.
She is. She really is. There is no reason a woman like Michelle should be on a dating show.
Mm-mm.
Men should be flocking to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, has anyone left her season?
No. She's kicked a lot of people off.
So we go from Katie having men
leaving out the...
like, every week, and now Michelle. That's funny.
Again, let's not compare them, but, like, Katie's annoying anyway, so...
We're gonna be messy if she can be.
She did this to herself. We tried to back her up.
Yeah.
And I look like a clown now, so...
I was rooting for you. We were
all rooting for you. were. Oh my god. Now we're rooting for Blake because Blake deserves better than this messy situation.
Blake's just vibing with his animals.
Yeah.
I really want him to go on Chatty Broads.
Oh my god, me too.
I just want tea.
Laura still thinks there's hope he could be the other Bachelor.
I heard they're not doing that.
Oh, they're not doing a second one?
I heard.
I hope not.
I'm not sure if it's confirmed. One way
You know,
or
they
another,
should just do 2 seasons of Paradise.
Yeah. Let's do a winter Paradise.
Yeah. I mean, I guess they kind of did because they did Bachelor in Paradise Canada, but we didn't watch. We don't know those people.
Yeah.
Besides, like, a
people
couple.
I know.
Exactly.
To be fair, they have to build more, like, contestants to pick from.
Yeah, for sure. But also, and I wouldn't be opposed to watching it, the Canadian, like, version of the show. It's just, like, not easily accessible.
Yeah. And I just
and
like that we know everyone.
Yeah. I feel like the Canadian one's probably better. I always like the British stuff, the Canadian stuff, the Australian. I always prefer all those shows. Like, we are some whores for some Canadian sitcoms, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
We really are.
Yeah.
So it might be better.
Probably is.
And then they just pulled Brendan in from Katie's season to be like, we have people from, like, the U.S. shows, too. And I didn't realize that until Bachelor in Paradise Canada that there was a Bachelor Canada. Because I was like, there's so many Canadians that come on the show. Which, thank God, they put Serena in the U.S. one, because if we didn't get Joe and Serena, I would have died. He would have left the beach that day. The first day.
Oh, I love them.
I love them so much. They're literally, like, soulmates. Like, and I don't believe in that stuff. Like,
they make me so happy. His smile, her smile, like, God, I love them.
I love them.
That would be, if they break up, that would be my
no
heartbreak.
hope. I would have no hope.
Yeah.
For love.
Literally.
Like, nothing can work if they don't.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Kenny and Mari, though. Like, not as intense, but Kenny and Mari just seem made for each other.
And same with Riley and Marissa.
See, I'd be sad, but, like, I wasn't as attached to them.
Yeah. I'll never be over the Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I'll never be over that. That was the most romantic ass shit from a Virgo.
Riley's a Virgo? Ew. That makes sense, though.
It makes sense.
Makes sense why I never felt like I liked him. Like, I don't not like him. It was just something was always off with him.
It makes sense why I was neutral.
And she's a Scorpio. Yeah, that checks out, I think.
She's a Pisces.
She's a Pisces. She was a water sign. But she's a water sign with an earth sign is what I was saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't just switching up what I was saying. Like, it had to be Scorpio. Like, no, just...
Yeah.
Then they're polarities, and I like those types of relationships.
Yeah. Aww.
Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about Michelle's season. I think with this that's what we talked about the least.
Yeah. We'll
sorry.
have more next week, hopefully, because it looks like there's drama. There's gonna be
honestly, no. Watch there be drama with whoever she ends up with, like during Paradise. And then we're like, we don't have time to talk about this, Michelle. We have too much going on with Paradise. Like,
yeah.
Can you wait? Like,
literally, no. Watch her end up with Joe.
Yeah, in like 2 years.
We were last night. That's all we would talk about.
I could see that happening. It would be a Hallmark movie. They'd like show up at the grocery store again, like
run into, and then I was like, maybe like they run into each other, and then she goes home, and he finally responds to her DM. That would
so flirty.
Think about telling the press that, like, yeah, he finally responded. Everyone would eat that up. Like,
I would eat it up.
Yeah.
Nom. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel the difference between the first minute we recorded to now, like, you can tell the caffeine kicked in.
And you can tell I want more.
Yeah, I want coffee.
I honestly want to have another one of my fancy drinks, but I'm like, that's 200 milligrams.
Yeah.
To be fair, I haven't been drinking as much caffeine because I only have ginger ale and root beer now, and they both don't have caffeine.
Yeah, I drink a lot of caffeine.
Oh, I usually do, but since I've been trying to save money, I haven't.
But, okay, so one more week, though.
One more week
of Michelle's season.
Done.
Woo!
Woo!
Maybe this is just the cycle we go through. We're really excited at the beginning of each season in the franchise, and then by the end, we're, like, ready for a different one. Except we're not excited about Clea.
You never know, though. Maybe since we have low expectations,
we'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be drama. He's going to be keeping us busy talking.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. I kind of hope it's a shorter season.
Me too. And I really hope it's messy. Like, I want some drama.
Not gonna lie, the bitches already seem messy to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm here for it. These bitches are... I feel like they're just picking people who might be good for Paradise. And this is, like, their audition. How messy are you?
Well, and I'm like, just look at Michelle's season. Like, she's such a good bachelorette that it's, like, boring.
Yeah. But she's the best bachelorette.
Yeah.
There's ever been. Like, maturity and, like, knowing what she wants. Like,
kicking people off.
Yeah. Not putting up with anything. Yeah.
Queen
shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyways.
But have a good week, you guys.
Yeah. Have some caffeine.
Please.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Bye.
Bye. Oh my God.